each other when requested. B allows representatives from multiple jurisdictions and agencies to share command authority and responsibility. An EMS agency's public information officer should be trained to A. Release anticipated actions of the agency. B. Use the media to the agency's advantage. C. Direct media coverage away from a disaster. D. Release limited protected health information. B. Use the media to the agency's advantage. D. Changing conditions and oversights in pre-planning may require modification of the initial disaster plan. To track who was mobilized and when and where they were assigned. Who would most likely lead the command structure during a major disaster? EMS Medical Director. B. County Fire Marshal. C. State or federal entity. D. Local law enforcement. C. State or federal entity. During a disaster, logging of all patients and the hospitals to which they were transported is primarily the responsibility of the A. Triage supervisor. B. Incident commander. C. Treatment supervisor. D. Transportation supervisor. D. Transportation supervisor. When personnel from other jurisdictions arrive at the scene of a disaster, they should A. Begin secondary triage. B. Report to the staging area. C. Turn their portable radios off. D. Notify the incident commander. B. Report to the staging area. D. It has enough coverage in its home area of responsibility. A patient care report written, in addition to a triage tag. Which of the following is the most important consideration after an event? A. All ambulances are restocked. B. A CISD team is established. C. All personnel are accounted for. D. Agencies are properly reimbursed. C. All personnel are accounted for. A. Provides a basis for retraining in specific areas. B. Locate the staging or treatment area. D. Area considered by engineering expertise to be a safe place to stage. C. Changes in temperature and wind speed in the air. C. Pick up lightly treated, stable patients by buses or trucks. A Category 1 hurricane has sustained winds that are between 39 and 74 miles per hour. B. Between 74 and 95 miles per hour. C. Between 86 and 110 miles per hour. D. Between 131 and 155 miles per hour. B. Between 74 and 95 miles per hour. Unlike hurricanes, tsunamis, are accompanied by winds that far exceed 155 miles per hour. B. Can only travel a few hundred miles, and are less destructive. C. Typically allow responders more time for advanced preparation. D. Cannot always be predicted with the same amount of accuracy. D. Cannot always be predicted with the same amount of accuracy. B. Were injured after being struck by or entangled in debris. Which of the following natural disasters would be associated with the least amount of warning time? A. Tornadoes. B. Tsunamis. C. Earthquakes. D. Hurricanes. C. Earthquakes. The most significant immediate danger resulting from an earthquake is a power failure. B. Natural gas leaks. C. Structural collapse. D. Building explosions. C. Structural collapse. While providing care to victims following an earthquake, you note that many of them are experiencing respiratory distress. This is most likely due to a dust suffocation. B. Carbon monoxide. C. Thoracic barotrauma. D. Infectious pneumonia. A dust suffocation. D. Your footing is good and the ground beneath you is stable. The intense heat of brush fires seals the soil surface, which makes mudslides, avalanches, or landslides. A. Contain more dirt than water. B. Move even faster over terrain. C. Travel for longer periods of time. D. Travel slowly, allowing warning time. B. Move even faster over terrain. C. Check with the power company to make sure no power lines are downed. Which of the following injuries or conditions would you most likely encounter following a cave-in? A blast-related injuries. B. Hypoxia and hypothermia. C. Crush or penetrating trauma. D. Anhydrous ammonia exposure. B. Hypoxia and hypothermia. The primary emergencies during a volcanic eruption come from A. Explosions in bubbling magma. B. Burns caused by hot lava contact. C. The blast from the eruption itself. D. Earthquakes following the eruption. A. Explosions in bubbling magma. If a population is located close to a volcanic eruption and the warning is late or non-existent, the prime concern should be A. Rescue. B. Evacuation. C. Rapid triage. D. Ashfall exposure. B. Evacuation. Even after the initial danger is resolved following a volcanic eruption, it is most critical to make the public aware of the importance of a multi-layered clothing use. B. Earthquakes and aftershocks. C. Skin burns caused by ashfall. D. Wearing respiratory protection. D. Wearing respiratory protection. C. Safety ropes tied around rescuers so they can be pulled to safety. Fast-moving water as low as blank can easily move a car. A 1/4 inch. B. A 1/2 inch. C. 1 inch. D. 2 inches. D. 2 inches. For the EMS provider, most of the problems associated with sandstorms and dust storms are directly related to A. The abrasive and visual effects. B. High winds that cause the storm. C. Objects hidden by blowing sand. D. The inhalation of toxic gases. A. The abrasive and visual effects. When functioning during cold weather, the paramedic should wear A. Layered clothing. B. HEPA respirator. C. Tight-fitting clothing. D. A single thick jacket. A. Layered clothing. When functioning during a heat wave, the paramedic should A. Avoid foods such as vegetables, fruits, and salads. B. Take small, constant sips of water throughout the day. C. Eat large meals at least 2 to 3 times throughout the day. D. Consume at least 1 to 2 gallons of water every hour. B. Take small, constant sips of water throughout the day. Meteors are generally stones with a high content of A. Lead. B. Nitrogen. C. Iron. D. Uranium. C. Iron. Which of the following is the most important consideration during a pandemic? A. Vaccination of the public. B. Personal protective equipment. C. Notification of the CDC. D. Disease progression surveillance. B. Personal protective equipment. An infected person can transmit a disease from a cough from a distance of up to A. 2 feet. B. 3 feet. C. 4 feet. D. 6 feet. D. 6 feet. A. House temporary supplies and provide inoculations and medications. The number one killer of firefighters at the scene of a fire is /R. A. Heat stroke. B. Thermal burns. C. Inhalation injury. D. Cardiac events. D. Cardiac events. C. Upwind and in an area that does not block fire apparatus. See the number of people and conditions in the danger zone. B. Searching only the farthest reaches of the perimeter where patients may have wandered off to. A. Ascertain the location of the command post and establish communication with it. D. Keep command notified of your location and movements. C. Is not an indication that you agree with the protesters' cause. C. Attempt to make verbal contact with the SWAT team and instruct them to apply a tourniquet. B. Anticipate that a secondary explosive device may be on the premises.